everybody, and welcome to the next video. We're going to go over example 4, find the zeros of a quadratic function and try it. So a multi-level driving range has 3 levels. Marco hits golf balls from the second level, which is 32 feet high. The height of the ball x seconds after Marco hits it is modeled by the function h of x equals negative 16x squared plus 16x plus 32. When does the ball hit the ground? All right, so this is a great problem to think about. Let's open up my smart notebook. Let me get my Wacom tablet so I can write. By no means is this video sponsored by anybody, but I don't know why I said Wacom. I have a fun time just saying Wacom. Kind of some filler talk there. All right, so let's go grab our problem. Love that picture. Wrap it in there too. So what I want to think about here is what's happening with this graph. Well, this is a negative leading coefficient, which means the coefficient assigned to the highest variable with the highest exponent is called the leading coefficient. So the leading coefficient in this case is negative. Let's see if I could get this thing working. Which means that my parabola is going to be facing downward. This is a downward facing parabola, or basically the bowl is upside down. All right, we have a y-intercept at positive 32. And I'm going to guess this is 32 feet because how far is Marco up from the ground? Well, he is 32 feet. That's where the ball is being hit from. He might actually be a little bit taller, but the ball is being hit from 32 feet. So this is basically the ledge at which Marco is hitting that golf ball. The golf ball is going to come up and then it's going to come back down and it's going to hit the ground. Now, here's the thing. When it hits the ground, and I guess it's not going to go underneath the ground. It'll probably bounce a little bit, which makes this. But this is where we are looking for, when it first hits the ground. And when it hits the ground, this is when y is equal to 0. Or in our case, when h of x is equal to 0. So I'm going to take this bit of information. I'm going to substitute 0 in for h of x. Plus 16x plus 32. So right off the bat, I actually can see that 16 seems to be a factor in each one of these. And again, I don't like to start with a negative in the front, so I'm going to say that negative 16 is a factor in each one of these. So I'm going to factor that negative 16 out. So negative 16x squared divided by negative 16 will leave me just x squared. Then I have 16x. I'm going to divide that by negative 16. That's going to leave me with a negative x. Because remember, a positive divided by a negative would be a negative. 32 divided by negative 16. Again, a positive divided by a negative is going to be a negative. 32 divided by 16 will be 2. Next, I'm going to try just to get the polynomial kind of by itself. It's kind of like that idea you want to get x as alone as possible. So I'm going to divide by negative 16. 0 divided by anything is going to be 0. So I'm going to say 0 equals x squared minus x minus 2. I don't know why I put the parentheses here. We really don't need it anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to factor this. Again, I'm going to look at two numbers that multiply to give me 2. Well, or negative 2 actually. Well, we have 1 and negative 2, and we have negative 1 and 2. I'm going to add these going across. So 1 minus 2, that is equal to negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2, that's equal to 1. We are looking for the negative 1. I know you don't see the 1 here, but it is a ninja 1. So I'm going to put that in. And the factors that work are -1. Oh, that's not -1. That's just a line. 1 and -2. So 0 equals x plus 1, x minus 2. All right, so now remember the zero product property. The zero product property states that for us to get a solution of 0, one or both of my factors has to equal 0. So I'm going to take this one, this first factor of x plus 1, I'm going to equal that factor to 0. So I get x plus 1 equals 0. Solving for x in this case, I get x equals -1. X minus 2 equals 0. I'm going to again solve for x. So now my solutions are x equals -1 and 2. Now we have to think here. We have to think which one makes the most sense. Can we have the -1? If we had -1, that essentially means that the ball is coming this way. And that means that Marco hit the ball behind him. So we're looking at x equals 2. So this is what they're saying here. We get x equals -1 or 2. And now we have to figure out what is 2 in? Is 2 in time? Is 2 in feet? Well, let's read the problem. The multi-level driving range has 3 levels. Marco hits golf balls from the second level, which is 32 feet high. The height of the ball x seconds after Marco hits it is modeled by the function. So x is representing time. So the ball will hit the ground or in other words, h of x is equal to 0 at 2 seconds. And x equals 2 seconds. Always, when you have a word problem, make sure you end the word problem with words. So re-describe what the problem was asking you and state the answer in a sentence or in word format, in a complete sentence. All right, guys, so that is Marco the Try It Has It. A baseball is thrown from the upper deck of a stadium 120 feet above the ground. The function is represented by h of x equals -16x squared plus 32x plus 128. And remember, because it is being thrown at 128 feet, we have our y-intercept as 128. Gives the height of the ball x seconds after it is thrown. How long will it take for the ball to reach the ground? So I want to see you guys answer this one. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and the next video will be example 5.